as both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
We go! 70, Indy! Come on,
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. 2nd and 11.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting.
It got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside there to make the grab. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score Eagles 7, Bears nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
At their own 15-yard line.
Ready, ready. 20, Mike, 20. I'm coming. Now.
And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I.
Double time. Ready.
And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And down to a knee. Well, that's one option.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Set, ready. 18 Gator. 6'6", bullet high. Check, get it.
On 1st down, Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
Set, 8-3. Get that quarterback at all costs.
And surprisingly, they take a knee. I have no idea why they would take a knee, but they take a knee.
Break.
20, Mike, 20. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
Here we go. Set. 60 or.
Come on, let's go.
5.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Eagles 14, Bears nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? 1st down, and they're in punt formation. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Ready.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
I got him. Now.
And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set it. Rock it. Hard. Switch.
Back to throw. Stanley. And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Go on. Hey, wahoo!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And Sanders now to return. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Got it. Hey, Echo. Hurry.
Let's go. 45.
Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. That is caught. It's Perriman. His first catch. Good for 9 and a 1st down. This quarterback now already at 150 yards passing, and we're still in the 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
General West. 15 line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Look. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this 1st half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Typically down to the 1st half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, 1st half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
To throw again. Stanley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 20. Check. There we go, Mike 20.
Look, squeeze. Leo. Yo, go now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley. Going long here for Wallace. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Hey, high 7. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Back to throw. Herbert.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. That goes for a gain of 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. They find some open field here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
I got you, son.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 20.
Yep.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
From the gun, Stanley into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9th spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
You're picking dandelions.
Exactly.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Mike 1. We got Alpha.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And this one complete to Smith. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Vincent Smith, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Ready?
On second down, it's Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Come on, D. Check the backer, check the backer.
Fair. Check 13. Look at me, zipper.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. They run. This is Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let him know, let him know. 45.
Back to throw. Herbert. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. In for the score as his guys continue to pour it on. A try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Eagles 48. Bears nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A final shot before break. Stanley. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
Let's go, let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. In that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Ready, ready.
Check.
On 3rd down, Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready, set.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points,
and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the ready.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. 27 yards on the game there. On 1st down, Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, You feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Hey, Delta.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami, ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried it deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Looking to throw. Herbert. And able to find Dorsett. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
You think you gonna get this? There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Let's go. Go. Clear. Ready?
On third down, Stanley. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And taken right on the 30. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Back to throw. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Yeah. On the ball. Get it.
To throw again. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Hey, we gotta get to the ball.
Looking to throw. Herbert. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
50 play.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
Come on, let's go. First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing to start the drive, Stanley.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw. Stanley. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Bears on third down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Look at me. Go.
Operating from the gun. Stanley gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Bandit, bandit. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. It's just,
You're out.
It's just me and you.
Look at me. Zipper.
26.
Now.
On 1st and 10, Stanley. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
20. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Rock it. Ready.
Back to the air on second down. Stanley, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Hard. Hey, Sam off.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Back. Guard. Hey.
Kill.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Ready to break. Hey, orbit.
Ricky. So Mike's the
Hit it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 43 yards.
First and goal.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Point after here coming up. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
70, Indy.
On third down, Cohen. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30, past the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Eagles 85, Bears 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.